Tesla just tried to sneak a budget Model Y past us. The Renault 5 is collecting awards like Pokemon cards, and Europe might let full self-driving loose despite terrifying crash data. My name is Mo, and this is your weekly EV news roundup for UK buyers. 3 stories, starting off with some good news, I think. The Renault 5 EV just won the 2025 Scottish Car of the Year. Now, you might think, Scottish Car of the Year, that's very specific, but this little French charmer has been dominating awards. Business Car of the Year, European Car of the Year, Top Gear Car of the Year, and it's been nearly 2 years since this car was first revealed, and it's still winning awards. Now, I don't really know why everyone's losing their minds. I mean, according to the judges, it's all about value. The car appeals to both the heart and the wallet. That's not exactly the most flattering of reasons, right? I mean, let's look at the other category winners here for a second. The Alpine A290 won Performance Car, Kia EV3 took Compact SUV of the Year, and the Land Cruiser won Utility of the Year. Know what's missing? Can you see it? No Tesla, no BYD, the 2 biggest selling EV brands right now. Putting that aside for a second, I guess I still can't get my head around this. I mean, isn't it depressing that the Renault 5 won because of tough economic times? I mean, shouldn't car awards be about innovation, pushing boundaries, revolutionary tech, not just cheapest EV that doesn't suck? I mean, shouldn't awards prioritize... should they prioritize value over innovation? I just don't know. Now, on to our next story. Tesla's latest move that has me scratching my head. Tesla announced the Model Y Standard. I'm going to call it the Merc A-Class. Okay, so just bear with me, quick story. Age 13, girl in science class says, "My mum bought a Merc." And I was quite impressed. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Turns out, it was the Merc A-Class, the Merc for people who can't afford a Merc. Now, just under 42k, it's not bad. I mean, it's 7k cheaper than the next Model Y. What are you not getting? It's quite a lot. Bear with me. No horizontal light bars, no panoramic roof, no leather, no electric steering adjustment, 7 speakers rather than 9, basic suspension, and smaller wheels. Tesla basically took the Model Y and just asked, how can we make this feel cheaper? I mean, I'm surprised Tesla included the battery, to be honest. You do still get a touchscreen, heated seats, 300 odd miles of range, and 0 to 60 in about 6.9 seconds. I mean, the fundamentals are there, but here's what I just don't get, right? Why not just buy a used Model Y? You'd get the panoramic roof, the leather seats, more speakers, and you're not waiting months for delivery. This kind of feels like a knee-jerk reaction to BYD that's eating Tesla's lunch right now. But Tesla has spent years building this premium brand image, and now they're saying, want a worse version for a slightly less money? It's a classic luxury brand mistake, chasing volume by cheapening their offerings. I mean, what do you think? Is it a smart move, or is it brand damage? And now onto something that's actually life or death. Tesla's push for full self-driving in Europe. Now, it's no secret, Tesla wants FSD across Europe, starting in the Netherlands early next year. Now, they've asked for exemptions from current regulations. There is a problem. Current UN and EU regs make FSD illegal. In the US, Tesla's FSD has been involved in multiple fatal motorcycle accidents. 4 out of 5 fatal crashes where Tesla struck motorcycles from behind. The system kind of failed to detect motorcycles or misclassified them. Let's take a second here and think about this, right? These systems can identify hot dogs from hamburgers, but they can't reliably detect motorcycles? That's mind-blowing and not in a good way. So the tech limitations are real. Motorcycles are smaller, harder for camera-based AI to detect. Tesla's camera-only approach has serious blind spots compared to radar or LiDAR. Plus, drivers admitted using phones whilst FSD was engaged. I mean, come on. In summary, the EU is really pushing back on the rollout of FSD. Now, for those who know me, I'm not the biggest Tesla fan. I mean, Elon Musk is, well, let's keep this family friendly, shall we? and their cars feel like plastic. But self-driving cars are inevitable. This feels like typical risk-averse EU behavior stalling genuine technological breakthrough. Tech needs mass deployment to become truly safe. That's how machine learning works. Now, I'm not saying let's open the floodgates and let everyone nap whilst the cars drive to Mackey's, but we do need to be brave enough to have an approach that is limited and allows for controlled testing. Are we too cautious, or should safety always come first, even if it slows innovation? Let me know what you think in the comments. So there you have it, the Renault 5 proving practical beats flashy, Tesla trying budget strategies, and self-driving debates are heating up in Europe. Until next time.